This is Spirit Island. I'm playing my third two-handed solo game, so two spirits by myself. Last week, my second game, I tried to do a Starlight and Sunlight game with River Surges and Sunlight, and Starlight seeks its form, and I lost against level 3 England, because I hate playing against England. This time, I picked a new random adversary to play against, and I got Russia, who I played against once in my last game. It was a 4-player game. And I personally had a lot of fun in that game, playing as Many Minds Move as One. My board was cleared, as well as the person nearest me. But we did lose because a couple people were pretty new, and one of the boards got extremely overrun. This will be my second game against Russia, first attempt at a win. Second attempt at playing this Sunlight and Starlight team. What I realized last time is that I was probably not nearly as aggressive as I should have been with Starlight and getting new powers, so I'm going to try to do that this game and play that a little bit differently. With River, I'm using the Sunshine Boon just to fit into the Sunshine theme, or Sunshine aspect, just to fit into the Sunlight theme. So the Sunshine Boon aspect, keep renaming stuff. The setup changes, I have to forget the Boon of Vigor, it's one of its unique powers, but I do gain 1 energy. And its kind of unique ability is that I can give people energy based on what's revealed on my energy track if I have sunlight. And if I have enough sunlight and water, I can gain that energy also. So it's kind of possibly a major power version for River Surges and Sunlight. But you still have to have thresholds for it, so it's going to be a little bit tricky. And for Starlight, that's my second game with Starlight, so I don't really know what I'm doing with them just yet. So this will be interesting. First game against level 3 Russia, and I think I'm ready to get started. Let's see, got Fear set up, got all that jazz. Alright, the initial Explorer was in Sands. I'll leave that up here actually, that should be fine. The initial Explorer was in Sands. I can put it up here. That should show up fine on the screen. So I know that they're going to build in Sands next. Russia has some unique abilities that are really interesting. I'm excited to play against them again. Basically, they're trying to hunt the beasts on the map, and I have to stop them from doing it, because if they ever kill more beasts than there are on the island, I lose. So I don't want them to ravage in regions with beasts, otherwise they're going to win. So it just adds another element there. And because I'm playing against level 3 Russia, if they ever have 3 or more explorers in a land, that land ravages during the ravage step, even if it's not the ravage card that came up. So it'll be tricky. I'm excited to give this a shot. Alright, so if I want to try to prevent the initial build, I want to try to push these guys out, if I can, especially since that's my starting region. There's a beast there and a blight there, so it's going to be very important with Starlight to try to prevent those builds, keep them from ravaging next turn. With River, I've got more flexibility because I'm not as worried about it. So I think I'm probably going to do a double growth with River. To unlock a second card play and 2 energy per turn. I think that'll be good. Then I can wash away and start pushing some stuff around. So River's Bounty, wash away. Try to clear out some of these regions. So I won't stop the build, but that's okay. I can, I have 3 energy. I could actually stop the builds, which might be better. Stop one of the builds anyway. I don't know. It's probably not worth using flash floods right away. I think I will just set up for that next turn, especially since this is a coastal land. I don't have to worry about it that much right now. So with River, I'm going to do a double growth into this jungle and this wetland with the white. Just kind of start stretching across the map. And then I'm going to play these two cards, Wash Away and River's Bounty. So that'll hit the first level of my first innate, Massive Flooding. It's not going to hit Sunshine, but that's okay. I'll get stuff for that later. With Starlight, on the other hand, last game, I kind of kept all my cards. I do think that the moons are actually pretty good in this game, much better than they were against England. Against England with these two spirits, I tried to play a control game, and it did not work. I didn't add much white onto the map, but I just was not able to stop them from building up, and lost by that. But in this game, I could probably keep some moons to try to get to side wheel guidance. How can I do that? Boon of Reimagining may forget a power card from hand or discard. If they do, they draw 6 major powers and gain 2 of them. If I target another spirit, they gain 1 energy. It's pretty good. And I could cast that on River Surges just to give them a second card. But I don't really want to forget either River's starting cards. Flash Floods is pretty good. So it's a little luck-based if I do that. I don't really want to give that a shot. I could use Shape the Self anew to gain 3 energy and a minor power. That happens in the slow phase, though, which is interesting. And then Boon of Rematching, I have to forget a power card from hand or discard. So I don't know if I want to forget one of my cards from hand. That seems a little risky. Definitely don't want to forget Piece of Nighttime Sky. The problem is I can't do much this turn unless I gain minor powers. So I'm going to have to gain a bunch of minor powers this turn. Yeah. So I'm going to add a presence here. That's my first growth option. I get 3. With my second option, I actually unlocked a new option here. And I'm going to gain a power card. I'm going to do a minor power. I'll be a very minor focused river. And I got a couple interesting ones. So, Call to Guard. First, gather up to 1 Dahan, then if Dahan are present, either defend 1 per Dahan, or after invaders are added or moved to target lands, 1 damage to each added or moved invader. It's not bad. Nature's Resilience is defense 6. If I have 2 water, I may instead remove Blight. It's not bad. Blood draws predators. During the next time invaders are destroyed in target land, add 1 beast, then 1 damage per beast. Problem with that is it's going to be tricky to kill Russia this turn, because their invaders move around a lot. So I don't know that I can, or their invaders avoid destruction very effectively. So I don't know if that's going to be good. That is a really cool card though. It is fast too. I could combo with some stuff to do some serious damage there. And then spur on with Words of Fire. If you target a spirit other than yourself, they gain +1 energy. Target spirit may immediately pay an power card by playing its cost. If it is slow, it does not resolve until later. It's going to be pretty good against river. It's going to make it way easier to get my mates up and running. So I think I'm going to go for that. Be a little bit supporty. It's even got river in the art there, so how can I know? And I can play that this turn. So, we'll see. I've only got 1 energy. And then my other option from that growth option would be to push a presence from River Presence 1. So I'm going to move this guy there so I can get closer to that land. And then I still have 1 more growth option because 3 growths is silly. So I can gain 1 energy. I could move a presence 3, or I can reclaim 1. Not a lot of options, so probably just gain 1 energy. So I have 2 card plays. This will probably work out energy-wise. I have 2 card plays. So losing 1, that's alright. It'll stop some stuff there. So I'll be able to flash floods into that desert to stop that build, which is good. So yeah, let me gain my energy. So I'm getting 1 on Starlight, 2 on River. I'm going to play Spur on with Words of Fire, so that River can play another card. And I have 1 more card play. Dang, I'll wait on Brood of Reimagine and go for Shape to Self Anew for now. Alright, yeah, that'll probably work. Okay, card plays. So pay 1 for that. Pay 2, pay 1 for River. I'm going to use Spur on with Words of Fire from Starlight onto River so that it can play Flash Floods. It also gains an energy, but then it costs 1. So River's down to 1 energy. And my other fast power now is Flash Floods. So I'm going to target this land from here and destroy this Explorer. Since I'm playing against Russia, it doesn't actually get destroyed, it just gets pushed. And I'm going to push him into this land. And I do get a fear for that, so that's nice. Fear generation's usually rough for River, but this game might be a little bit better at least. So that was my only, or those were my only fast powers. Definitely don't hit any of my mates for Starlight. So next up, I have an event. It's going to be Years of Little Rain, but fortunately events that don't happen on the first turn. That one actually would have been pretty good. So unfortunately I don't get that, but that is okay. And then build in deserts. That gets a bit more organized. So I'll build here, and build here. And unfortunately, unlike my sad game against England, I can actually stop builds by pushing people out of regions, which is good for River. And then explore wetlands. That's okay. The other tricky thing with Russia is that they do +1 damage with each explorer. So I do have to be careful. I don't have a lot of defense though with these two spirits. It's going to be more control, so I think I can work around that. Alright, and slow powers. So I'll do Starlight first, using Shape the Self anew to gain a minor power. And let's see what I have. I'm going to move Russia off here. Okay. I think those will be visible. Oh, I've got Wheat for What Is Lost. It's got fire, so I can double up on fire, which is good. Target's Blight. It's a little restrictive. 1 fear per type of invader present. Push up to 1 invader building per light. Interesting. Okay. Shadows of the Burning Forest. 2 fear. Target land is mountain or jungle. Push 1 explorer and town. Gift of Power, target spirit gains a minor power. That one's going to be really good with River because I can keep double growing while just feeding power cards to it with Gift of Power. So that might be the way to go, even though it doesn't match elements with Sprung with Words of Fire. And then I've got Sucking Ooze, 2 fear if invaders are present, isolate target land. Isolate's good against Russia especially because I can actually kill stuff with it. Again, this doesn't match any of the elements that I've already gotten. But it is fast. It's pretty good. So I'm between probably Gift of Power and Sucking Ooze. Wait for What Is Lost is decent, but not sure how useful it's going to be. Although actually, next turn if I play it, I'll be able to push out an Explorer and Town there, and generate 2 fear. It's decent control. There are more elements on Gift of Power though. I think we'll get Gift of Power, and I can just beef up River, keep double growing and reclaiming. That sounds good to me. So it seems like, at least from the start here, that I'm going to be using Starlight to support River, and we'll see how that goes. So taking Gift of Power. I don't think I'm going to forget Shape this up anew to gain 3 energy. I don't know that I need to. Let's see, I've got 1 energy. I don't have any expensive cards in hand, so I think I'll keep that for now. See if that actually works. Alright, so that was that. And then with River Slow Powers, I hit actually my 2nd level innate of Massive Flag, so I can do 2 damage and push up to 3 Explorers and Towns. So I'm going to do 2 damage to this town. No, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to do 2 damage to this town to kill it, get my fear, and then push this guy into this jungle. Actually, yeah, that'll be fine. Then this one, I'm going to just push all these guys here using Wash Away. And then with my last, I've got River's Bounty, so I can gather up to Dudahon, and if there are now at least Dudahon, I can add 1 and gain 1 energy. So where does it make sense to do that? Probably here, just to set up possibly, I don't know that I'm going to be defending a lot. So water is going to be a problem next turn. Actually going to do it up here. I'll pull both those guys in and add another. I get 1 energy for that. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 0 range ability. I lied. I'm not doing that. Instead, I will do it here. Pull these 2 guys in and add another. No. So that's that turn. Now I reclaim, or I discard rather, and then start a new turn. So on the river, I played all my cards, so I'm reclaiming, which is not ideal, but I'm going to be gaining 2 cards this turn, so I should be set up for next turn, double Grogan. I'm going to gain another minor. Actually, I could... No, I don't want to gain a major yet. I've only got 3 cards, so gaining a minor with her. And Song of Sanctity is perfect elements, so I think that's the way to go. Do I need to look at anything else? Land Haunts and Embers, I'm not getting for sure. Unquenchable Flames is really neat, but not getting it. Placing Splendor is pretty good. But Song of Sanctity is better, so I'm getting that. I don't know. Tried to cast down into the Briny Deep. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. Alright. Meanwhile, on Starlight takes its form, I have 4 cards right now. I think I definitely want to play Gift of Power. So the question is, for my growth, whether I want to go for that 2 damage early, or try to get to +1 card play. Or go for elements. This is why this is a very high complexity spirit, because you have so many options at the beginning of the game. 2 damage is a nice growth option, but this turn, I think... Yeah, it's just difficult to get up to that card play. Let's see. If I play Gift of Power and I play, I'm just gonna stop the Ravage there with a piece of Nighttime Sky. And if I do that, I will have 2 moons, so I'll be able to gather some guys. Could be good after an exploration. Danger is I don't want to gather 3 because then Russia's going to start ravaging. Fight is good. Alright. I don't think I need the card play. I don't think I need the energy. I'm only spending 1. So for my growth option, I'm going to try to work my way up to the 2 damage. So I'm going to get that. So that was growth option 1. Growth option 2. I'm going to gain a power card, and I'll do another miner. I'm just going to stack up miners so I don't ever have to reclaim. And we'll see if that actually works. So I've got Prowling Panthers, which is 1 fear, add 1 beast. Target land has beast, destroy 1 town or city. That's probably going to be really good this particular game against Russia. Call of Bloodshed's also very nice. Especially comboed with River, because River doesn't really have defense, so that would be my best way to really use the Dahan. And Renewing Rain. Let's see, Savage Mob Beasts. 1 fear, 1 damage, 3 beasts. I think I'm going to go Call the Bloodshed and try to work around that. It's got Fire, and it's got Sun, which works with Spur on Words of Fire, which I already have, so let's see if I can make that work. But I only have 2 card plays, so I'm going to stick with my plan, which is Gift of Power. I actually still have 1 more growth option as well. And I can move a presence, which I'm not sure that I really want to do. I might have to, though. It might be required as part of that. So I can move this presence, though. That's fine. I'm going to move him there, just as part of that growth option. And then with my last growth option here, I'm just going to gain energy. Because I don't really need to do any of the others right now. Or I can set up for next turn by reclaiming Sprung of Words of Fire. So that might be better. Don't get the elements. No, I'm going to gain the energy. Okay. And then my card plays with him are going to be Gift of Power and Peace of the Nighttime Sky. With River, Surges in Sunlight. Got all my cards back. Gain 2 energy from growth. Or from presence, rather. So I've got a decent amount of energy. Means that I'll probably be getting a major during my next reclaim cycle. So for this, I have to deal with, I don't have to touch any of the sands, I've already got that taken care of. So I'm just worried about the wetlands. Don't really care about that. It's probably going to pull in ravage, but there's nothing important there aside from 1 Dahan, so that's fine. This I'll probably be able to deal with Starlight next turn, so it's really these 2 wetlands that I want to try to stop. So I do have Flash Floods back. I do have Song of Sanctity, which might be okay. Only targets Mountain Jungle though, which is a little limiting right now. So I think I'll save that. Well, they're going to explore mountains or jungles, so I can use that to push out. So just to plan ahead, I'm going to use Song of Sanctity so I can push out invaders when they inevitably go. And then for my next play, I might want to do a second Sunlight so I can give some more energy to Starlight. So I could play Flash Floods again, which is not bad. That would let me clear this out. Or wash away, but I don't get the sun for that. So it's not the most efficient use of Flash Floods to just do 1 damage to keep them from building, but I do actually want to. Unfortunately, I'm not going to hit my 3rd level, so I won't be able to push out from there. So it might be better to wash away so I can push everything out of that wetland after they build. Starlight doesn't really need the energy, so I don't have to hit that 2nd sun. So that's what I'm going to do. That costs me 2. Okay, and on to fast powers. My only fast power is playing Piece of the Nighttime Sky on this desert, so that invaders do not ravage in that land this turn. The rest is all slow. First things up is an event. I've got temporary truce in lands with Dahan. 1 Dahan and 1 building do not participate in ravages. Won't matter, so that's fine. Prey on the Heedless. In each land with beast, 1 damage per beast. That's pretty good. So I can do 1 damage here. Which is fine, I guess. And I'll just keep. Do I want to stack up in that jungle? I'm not sure that I really do. So I'm going to. I can't push him into that desert because it's going to ravage. So I'm going to push him there. It does do 1 fear for that. And then I can do the same here. Again, I'm not sure if I want to push him into the jungles or the wetlands. It's going to build anyway. I think I'll push into the wetlands. And I get a fear for that. Speak of the spirit's anger. For each board, 1 fear if any Dahan are in lands with towns or cities. So 1, 2. Let's do. Gets me close to a fear card though, which is really good. And then invaders. So nothing ravaging there, or there. So that's fine. And then builds in wetlands. So a bunch of buildings going up, which is okay. So town there, town there, town there, and remove that disease there. And explore in jungle. So that's okay. So it does mean that I have 3 explorers here, so I'll have to do something about that. But I should be able to next turn. Explorer here, and explorer up in that jungle there. Okay, not too bad. Alright. Slow powers. I have a bunch of slow powers, so first thing I'm going to do is gain a minor power, give a minor power to river surges and sunlight. So my options are absorb corruption, encompassing ward. It's going to be great, so that's probably going to be my choice. Arouse the trees and stones, rain of blood. Yeah, those. I want to stick with my elements because that's going to be important this game. So I'm going encompassing ward. Okay. And then my others. So I have Sign of Sanctity. With that, if target land has Explorer, push all Explorer, otherwise remove 1 white. I'm going to target that here and push this Explorer up there because they're going to ravage anyway and I'm not going to stop it. So I'll just sacrifice that land. Then I hit my mate here of Sidereal Guidance. I can gather up to 1 Explorer or Dahan. So I'm going to gather this Explorer in here. I'll probably use Reclaim Piece of Nighttime Sky and use it in that region again. Yeah, we'll see. But it's going to ravage anyway, so I'll just spawn in there. Snack those guys up. And then I've got Wash Away, which is push up to 3 explorers or towns. So I've got these two. I'm going to push them into this desert. No fear, unfortunately, for that. And then my innate, I hit the first level, so I can push 1 explorer or town. Unfortunately, I can't reach up to that jungle to stop it. So just to stop a city from being built there, I'm going to push this town into this desert here. And I'll have to do something about those 3 explorers, but that's a next turn problem. And now I am on to my next turn. So reclaim, or discard rather, using the wrong words. And this is going to be a double growth turn with River Surges and Sunlight. I want to get up to 3 card plays, so I'm going to double growth bottom and probably work my way up towards that corner up there. So here, here, snake up towards the top. With Starlight, it's a little trickier. I'm definitely going to add a presence at range 0, but what do I want to do? So I can reclaim a piece of nighttime sky to stop this from ravaging, which is probably going to be what I need to do. Tricky thing is going to be this, actually. So I don't really... Oh, I can defend it, actually. Yeah, I can defend that, so that's not too bad. So actually what I can do, which will be interesting, I can use Encompassing Ward to give 2 defense per region where Spirit has Presence. Use that on myself, on well, both of Army, but use that on River Surges. And then just try to push one of these out so that only one is left. On Starlight, if I do that, I would have 2 defense here, and just need to push 3 of those guys out, or kill 3 of those guys. Which I might actually be able to do. Call Blood is slow, so that doesn't help me. But yeah, I don't think reclaiming is going to help. So I'm going to unlock my 2 damage at range 0 option, that growth option. I get to add a presence at range 0, so I'll do it there. And yeah, I won't be able to stop that this turn. That was 1 growth option. You know, I wanted to go for my 2 damage at range 0 option, but I think this game it's going to make a lot more sense to go for the other option. Just +1 card play per turn, and one of my powers is fast. So I'm going to select that growth option, so I have 3 card plays this turn. And probably, I don't have a reclaim. Oh, I can do it this way. And then play Call the Bloodshed, Gather the White Teeth of Scattered Stars, and Boon of Reimagining. Yeah, that should be good. And I'm going to play Call to Bloodshed as a fast power. Let me clear out the evasion. Can I do anything about... I do still have 1 growth option left on Starlight. I might have to use it to stop that from ravaging. Which is okay. I'm going to want to play all these cards though. I won't be able to get away with it. So, I am going to reclaim 1, to reclaim Piece of Nighttime Sky, and play that instead of Boon of Reimagining. I'm trying to play that next turn. Yeah. Okay. Give that a try and see what happens. And then on River Surges and Sunlight, I'm going to play all 3 cards that I have. And just reclaim probably a major next turn. So for growth, I get 2 energy on River, 1 on Starlight. Okay. And then fast powers. So, let's see. Yeah. So fast powers. So I'm going to use Encompassing Ward on River Surges and Sunlight. So defend 2 in every land where Spirit has presence. So I'm defending 2 in my Riverlands. On Flash Floods, I'm going to do 1 damage here, just to clear that out so that doesn't ravage. And then I'll shove that guy close to the coast, generate a fear for that. Okay, so those were River. The second one is Sunshine, which I hit the second level one, not third yet. So target spirit gains energy equal to 1 less than the highest uncovered number on my energy clock, which is 1. And then I have the second level, so I gain that as well. So 1 energy on both River and Starlight. I realize I should pay for my cards. Alright, but I have enough energy now that I can start working towards majors, which is good. So those are fasts on River. Fasts on Starlight. I'm using Peace the Nighttime Sky on this region so that it does not ravage. And then I'm going to target this with Call to Bloodshed. I'm making it fast because I chose that as one of my growth options. So I can do 1 damage per Dahan, which is 3, which is enough to kill this city. a fear, getting me my first fear card. And it also kills this explorer, so I can push him into this desert. Just kind of spread him around a bit. And I get another fear for that. Alright, that was Starlight's fast powers. So next up is a vet. Civic engagement. On each board, remove one strife. If you can't, invaders do +1 damage when ravaging in lands with towns and cities. That will not be a problem, so that's good. Casualties of Fang and Sting. On each board, destroy one explorer or town in a land with beasts. That's cool. So I can actually destroy this here and one of these two towns here. And I get 2 fear for that. Okay, keep far from the lands of plague. On each board, push 3 to harm from lands with plague, 2 lands without plague. Doesn't apply, so that's fine. Okay, fear card, tier level 1. During the next normal build, skip the lowest numbered land matching the invader card on each board. Nice. Immigration slows. Okay, invader turn. They're going to ravage wetlands, so nothing here, nothing here. They do ravage there. My first ravage, it's fine. Which means that I'll die. No ravage here, thanks to Piece of the Nighttime Sky. Then they're going to build, and they skip the next normal builds in the lowest number of lands matching the invader card. So lowest number of lands is going to be 3, which they don't build in anyway because I emptied it out. And that's also true here, so unfortunately that doesn't happen because I cleared them both out. So I'm going to build a town there. And build a city up there. Okay, and then explore in wetlands. That's something I can deal with actually, so that's fine. So explore there, 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 and there. It's a lot of explorers stacked up, which is dangerous. And then the Russia escalation. On each board, add 2 explorers among lands with beasts. Okay. So for this one, I'm not going to put both in one of those regions, so I'll split them up. And in this one, I'm going to, yeah, I gotta split them up, so I'm gonna split those up too. Definitely gonna need to start doing damage to explorers. Okay. That is Russia. And next is my slow powers. So the next ravage is going to be in jungle. And here, because there are so many explorers there. So gotta get those cleared out somehow. I have 2 moons, so I can gather up to 1 explorer with my mate on Starlight. So I'll hold off on that. River Surges and Sunlight, I do hit massive flooding, so I can do 2 damage and push up to 3 towns and explorers. So I might just sacrifice this jungle and try to shove stuff in there. So should I do the 2 damage to the town or to the explorers? It's tricky. If I do it to the explorers, I can actually clear that region out so they won't build. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 2 damage to these explorers. One of them escapes and runs up there, if I get a fear for. And then I can push up to 3 towns or explorers. So I'm going to just shove all that garbage up in the corner. That was with massive flooding. Then I still have River's Bounty and Sidereal Guidance. So using Sidereal Guidance, this is going to be a problem. I need to do something about that. Although I will be able to use Flash Floods on it since it's coastal to push 2 of those guys out, and that would stop that Ravage. So if I need to, I can use Flash Floods next turn. It's not that bad. So rather than that, I think I'm going to try to stop this build. Do I need to though? Yeah, I think I probably want to. So I can do some more control other places. So I'm going to pull that guy there. It does kind of waste the fact that I have to hum, but now I can use River's Bounty to pull 2 to hum here. Now if there are 2, it adds another, and I gain energy. And we'll see if I can work with that next turn. It's going to be tricky. So that's that. The last one is Gather the Light of Scattered Stars, or Gather the Scattered Light of Stars. At the end of this turn, after discarding, I can reclaim up to 2 cards to my hand. And I'll be able to use Call to Bloodshed fast. I could clear most everything out of that. Unfortunately, I can't kill everything though. So, but I could use Encompassing Ward again for the defense. Yeah, that won't be too bad. So I think I'll get Call to Bloodshed back and spur on the Fords of Fire back, so I can try to start working toward my other element thresholds. So get these 2 back. These are discarded. So again, on River, I do have to reclaim, which is okay, because I get another power card here. So should I go for a major? I'm going to have 6 energy plus possibly more with my Sunshine Baron. And I'm getting 1 from reclaiming. So I'll have at least 7 energy this turn. The most I can spend with my cards right now is 4. I do like the elements that I have with all these, but I can probably push for something better. So I am going to go for a major on River. And I think that is a good idea. Power Storm is decent. Not great elements, unfortunately. So I might have to go off elements. Power Storm's good though. Target spirit gains 3 energy. Once per turn, target may repeat a power card by paying its cost again. Jungle Hungers is going to be pretty good against Russia. Destroy all explorers and all towns. It's only 3 energy. I'm probably not going to hit the kicker, but that's okay. I can push stuff around in the slow phase and then lash out using that to one of these regions. It's totally off element though, which is unfortunate. The Wounded Wild turns on its assailants. So targets a land with Blight, which I do have 2 right now. Adds 2 Badlands, gathers up to 2 beasts, 1 damage per Blight, Beast, or Wilderness. It's not terrible. And then the Land Thrashes in Furious Pain, 2 damage per Blight in target land, plus 1 per Blight in adjacent lands. I hope that doesn't become a good power, because that means I'm letting a lot of Blight off the card. But the Wounded Wild turns on its assailants is interesting, especially with the ability to add 2 Badlands first. So for example, if I used it this turn, I could use it on this jungle after it ravages. I would add 2 Badlands, so it'd be doing +2 damage, but it would only be doing 4 damage, so it's not a ton, and I'm never going to hit the kicker for that. So 4 damage isn't great. Jungle Hungers is probably better. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jungle Hungers. I'm not gonna keep it for more than a turn. I'm probably gonna forget it for a better major soon enough. But for now, I will take it. And for that, I want to keep Encompassing Ward, so I think I'm going to forget Sign of Sanctity. Yeah, so I will forget Sign of Sanctity for that. And reclaim my cards. I'll get my 2 energy, and then I'll decide on card plays here in a bit. So for Starlight, I definitely want to keep adding presence to the board. And I'm going to want to use my +1 card play and one of my powers' fast ability. Interesting. I'll be able to use all of those. Okay, cool. So if I do this, I'll draw 2, I would have to reclaim 1. I could still have 2. Yeah. Okay, so growth options, let's see, for this, I will have 3 sun and 3 fire, or I will have 2 sun and 2 fire, so I'm going to choose a growth option that unlocks an element, so I can get to 3 with one of those thresholds. So it's just a matter of whether fire or sun is better. Fire from a sacred site to 1 fear and 2 damage in the slow phase. That's actually 4 sun, so that sun one is really good, but I want to go for fire burns water suits. So I'm going to unlock an element, add a presence. Let's see, which direction do I need to go? Well, I'm going to add it there first. And unlock fire. I have 3 card plays this turn. And one of them is fast, and then I have 1 more growth option. So I could gain a card, and I could gain a major. I have decent energy. I'll have 5. Or I could reclaim 1 so I can get stuff back. Or I could move a presence. Well, I can gain a power card and move a presence, which might be the play. Let's see, I will have just 5 energy. And both my cards cost 2, so I'll have 3 to use on a major. I have to hope I get a major that costs 2 or 3. It's definitely possible. I'm going to go for it. Let's see what I get. Me as well. Which means I'm going to be getting the game 3 energy option next turn for sure. Alright, so I got 1 option that costs 3, but the others are worth looking at for sure. Indomitable Claim. So very nice. It'll let me get more presence on the board faster, which is good. It's got some, which I like. Blazing Renewal is good too. Tsunami. I think Wrath and Rings of Sunlight is going to be the play. I think I'm going to be using Dahana a lot this game. So, getting that, and what should I forget? I've probably got enough minor powers on whoever surges now. Maybe. No, I'm going to be playing 4 cards this turn, but it should be fine actually. Yeah, so I'm going to forget Gift of Power. I don't need to gain minors anymore, really. So unfortunately, actually I can hit the kicker for it too, which is awesome. Okay, cool. So I think I'm just going to play these 3 cards. Defend 5, though, is that useful anywhere? It's not a ton of defense. I also get to... Oh, I already moved to presence. I already did that, so that's all I can do. So I'm playing Call to Bloodshed, Sprung with Words of Fire, and Rapid Wings of Sunlight. Basically, all my cards. But I'll be able to do some fun stuff. They're doing a ton of damage up there, though, so I don't know that it helps for me to send my Bahan up there just to get slaughtered. How many would I have? I would have 5. I could do... Actually, that's a cool combo. That does mean that I won't be able to use Call of Bloodshed here, though, which was kind of what was going to save me there. But I'll have to remember that for future terms. The Rapid Wings of Sunlight and Call of Bloodshed combo is very neat. I could just redo that next turn. Well, I'm only going to be able to reclaim 1, which is a problem. It's not that bad, actually. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to gain a major anyway. Okay. So do I want to do that combo and just sacrifice that land? I think I might. I'll sacrifice this land instead, so I can kill more stuff. I will lose a presence, which is not great. It's going to be 5 damage, so I can kill 2 of those, 1 of those. And then defend 5 up there. I should have gotten a leaf instead of a fire. You know, I haven't played this turn yet, so I could change it and not feel bad. Give myself a leaf instead of a fire. And I could just push those guys. there. There. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm retconning things a little bit based on that major that I got. Doesn't really change anything because I'm still on the growth phase. So rather than a fire, I'm gonna get a air, a feather, so that I can start clearing some stuff out. Where would I want to move the Dahan from? Get it from there. Okay. I think that's all set up. So now it is River Surges and Sunlight's turn. So I get 4 card plays, or 3 card plays right now. I have a bunch of energy, 7 energy. I'm definitely playing Encompassing Ward. I need that to stop this. Can't do anything about that in the fast phase, but I could wash it out. Or I'll just play Jungle Hungers so I can kill everything there next turn. Problem is if something weird happens and they do extra damage than I expect, I'm going to lose that jungle presence. But it's also not quite as much stuff as I could kill. So I can stack stuff up and try to do this. Okay. So I don't need to do any damage this turn. I do want to hit my innates though. So I do want to play River's Bounty. And then I'll get another card play. So that's my 4, and then I'll choose my 3, and I'll choose between one of these. I need fast phase. That's 4 energy. Right. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to use Encompassing Ward on River Surges and Sunlight to defend 2 in every land that it has presence. So basically just defend 2 for 1 energy. That's got get elements too. Then I'm going to use a couple things with Starlight Seeks Its Form. So the first thing I'm going to do is use Air Moves, Earth Endures to push 2 explorers from this land. Oh, my other retcon was rather than pushing a presence there, I needed to push it here instead. So I had this planned out. So I'm going to go ahead and push 2 explorers from here. I'm going to do 1 here and 1 here so that they don't ravage in bad places. Okay. Then I'm going to use Wrap in Wings of Sunlight, which I hit the kicker for. I have 2 sun, 2 air, and 2 fire. So I'm going to gather 3 Dahan here. And then I can move them from target land to any land to defend 5 in that land. So I'm going to move them up to this wetland. And that's going to be defended 5. I'll put some markers down actually. And then I'm going to use Call the Bloodshed to do 1 damage per Dahan there. So I have 5 Dahan, so I can do 5 damage there. So I'm going to destroy that city. She has made 2 fear. And that was 3 damage, and I have 2 more, so I'm going to do 2 damage to these guys, which will kill one, and push the other somewhere else. But where? Where else will it go? It will go into these mountains. Really the only place I can put it. And then I'll use Spur on with Words of Fire on River Surges and Sunlight. Let's play one more card. And should I do Wash Away or Flash Floods? I don't know that I actually need Flash Floods. Let's see. I would be able to just grab that coastal land, which would be nice. And it's not going to build. So yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, the problem is I don't have a place to push those explorers because that's going to cause a different land to ravage next to good old Russia. That's only defended 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to play Wash Away. Work on some defense for that. So. Okay. So those were my fast powers. My other is Sunshine, which gets 1 energy for Starlight seeks its form. The rest of my powers are all slow. So next up, it's going to be an event. I'm still in Terra level 1, so I've got Eager Explorers. On each board, after the first successful build action, add 1 explorer to an adjacent land without invaders. Not great. Not great at all. Then Beast Chase out the homesteaders. Push up to 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with beasts. I don't know how helpful that's going to be, honestly. Do I even want to do that? I mean, I read a build here or here, so I could at least chase them out of the corner. Get them a little bit closer. Well, it's on each board, so... Yeah, I mean, I've got it kind of set up. I don't know that I actually want to do that. So I can set up for a big play on this next turn, but it's going to be difficult. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave them where they are. So next up is at their gates demanding redress, 2 fear per land with Dahan and cities. There's only 2 cities on the map, so that doesn't apply. Okay, no fear card this turn. So next up is the invaders. They're going to ravage up in this jungle here. No ravage there, no ravage there. This is defended, for the Han will fight back and kill that town. Okay. Actually, I forgot that I defend 5 there. So I am going to retcon this slightly. I'm going to push one of these guys there. Force a ravage. They're doing 6 damage because they have 3 guys, but I have to defend 5. So 2 of them will die on the Dahan counterattack. And this one will get chased away somewhere, so I'm going to chase him back up into that mountain. And that gets me a fear card for next turn. Now I've resolved that defense. So. Okay. But no other ravages. Now they're to builds. So they're going to build in wetlands. So build here. And that's it. Graveyard the 3 up. But because of the event card, after the first successful build action, add 1 explorer to an adjacent land without invaders. So we only had 1 successful build action, and there's only 1 land that matches. So actually, it's not too bad. Alright, so that was builds. Next up is explore. So they're going to explore in mountains. Which is something I can deal with. And their escalation, add 2 explorers among lanes with beasts on each board. A lot of explorers. So I am going to clear out this region, so I'm just going to stack them up here. And the other board, not great. But I do need to deal with this mountain anyway, so I will stack that one up. Okay, cool. And then slow powers. So I've got a couple. First, I will use, well, I could combo some stuff together here. They're going to build mountains, so I kind of want to wash away so I can keep them from building next turn if I can. So I have wash away, and I have I have massive flooding. So I'm going to use massive flooding here, which will do 2 damage. Come on. Come on, we'll run away. I'll go up here. I get a fear for that. And then also push up to 3 explorers. So I'll push these 3. I'll do 1. I'm going to be in wetlands, so well, I can at least clear out that land, and then I don't have to deal with this one, so I'll stack that up. I don't want them to go to wetlands because then they'll ravage next turn. Okay, so that was massive flooding. Next up, I have River's Bounty, Wash Away, and the Jungle Hungers. So the Jungle Hungers I'm going to use from this region into this one for sure. But do I want to wash stuff away there first so I can kill more? Probably. So. Yeah. So I'm going to wash away all 3 of these into this region. And I'm going to use the Jungle Hungers on this region here. So this is going to Destroy, it will destroy 2 Dahan, but that's fine. So actually, before I do that, I could pull them away, just to save them. So I'm going to use River's Bounty on this region here to pull these 2 Dahan in, which gets me an extra Dahan and an energy. And now I can use Jungle Hungers. So I use Jungle Hungers from this region into this region, kills all of the explorers, one of which will escape because good old Russia, which gets me a fear, and kills both towns. So 2 fear. Okay, the board's looking a lot clearer. This is still an issue though. I wonder if I should have cleared that instead. Because it could cascade this turn. Well, this was going to be a problem anyway, so that's fine. We'll see what happens. Those are all my slip powers. So, it's a little tricky here for what I want to do with Starlight, because I don't have my reclaim cards option yet, and I find myself out of cards, which is a problem. But I want to gain a major anyway, so first I'm going to gain the major, just to see if I can play it. Paralyzing Fright's very good. That would be excellent this game. That would save that Ravage. Save a build and Ravage there. That one's excellent. So that's a good choice. Walls of Rock and Thorn. 2 damage, defend 8, add a wild. Isolate target land. That's also really neat. 4 energy. So with 8 damage, I can do, or it's 2 damage, defend 8, not 8 damage. So with that, I could kill 2 of these guys. They would still be doing lots of damage there. So it wouldn't save that one. He's a really cool card, though. I got drawn towards the Consuming Void, which was insane in my solo Volcano game. It's not going to be the choice here. Voice of Command is nice. I'm already working with Dahan, so it's 1 damage per Dahan or Invader, which is very good. 2 towns and cities only. Defend 2. During Ravage actions, invaders fight alongside Dahan. That is probably perfect for the gameplay that I'm going. So yeah, I'm going to go Voice of Command. And for that, I will forget Piece of Nighttime Sky, because I'm probably not going to use it again. So I have 2 cards left, actually. Starlight takes its form. I have Voice of Command, and I have Boon of Reimagining. And I have 2 growth options left. And I can also move a presence, actually. I need to have a Sacred Site for this to work. None of my wetlands are ravaging. I cleared all the wetlands out, which is perfect. So I can probably clear that jungle out and not worry about the mountain until next turn. Or I'll worry about the mountain with whatever I happen to get non-resurgent sunlight. So, with that in mind, I'm going to reclaim 1 for my second growth option to get Rapid Wings of Sunlight. No, I'm not going to have the energy for that. Shit. This combo is great, but not for this turn. I could still use this to defend this one. I just can't use it this turn to defend that one, which is unfortunate. Let's see, I need to get the 3 energy, 2 energy. Fortunately, I'll get some energy from River. Okay, so far I've used 1 growth option. I've reclaimed 1. Voice of Command doesn't work if I don't do the combo for it, and I don't have the energy for the combo just yet. So I might have to just sacrifice this turn a little bit and save stuff up for next turn, which is okay. With that in mind, I'm going to use my second growth option to reclaim Gather the Scattered Light of Stars, so that I'll be able to reclaim everything next turn. That was second growth option. Third growth option, I do have to move a presence because I gained a power card as well. So I'm going to move presence in here, so I'm already in with all of those to Han. One more growth option, then I'm going to add a presence so that I unlock my gain 3. No, I don't need to do that. I can do the gain 2 instead. Well, I can still play Voice of Command this turn. And at least stop one of those ravages. Yeah. It's not ideal. I did mess this up a little bit. But that's going to be the play. I'll add another presence there. And we'll see what happens. If I cascade, that's not the worst thing in the world, to be honest. So I'll lose a beast, but I can deal with that. Alright. So that's going to be my play with Starlight, which will cost all of my energy. With River, I have to reclaim again. Stuck on the reclaim a little bit, but I think I'll be able to break out pretty soon. So should I gain a major and work towards bigger plays, or should I work for a minor and just break out of this reclaim loop? I think I'm going to go for a minor so I can try to grow next turn. This turn especially, since I've cleared a lot of the board, shouldn't be too bad. So I can kind of delay it and see what happens. So I did get one with Sun and Water, which is good. It's 1 damage or defend 4. It's not bad. Call the Dahan Ways. I can add more Dahan on the board. Desiccating Winds. Poison Dew, another one that I can destroy all explorers with. But it's slow, and I'll have other ways to do that, I believe. It does have water. It doesn't have sun, but it does have water. I've cleared out all the buildings here, so I'm not going to explore in this area. I do need to work on that, though. Next turn I'll be able to clear it, just not this turn. Unfortunately, I don't have a fast way to move Dahan up there. Fen 4 is not going to help this turn. One damage for a fast power, though, is okay. Against Russia, that only generates one fear. It's not terrible, but I would rather do more with it. Tricky. There's only one land where I can do anything with that. So I'm going to go for elusive ambushes. Just a little bit more flexibility with defense. Gain 1 energy. And reclaim my cards. Now I get to see what I can possibly do. Unfortunately, I can't really do anything about either of these. They're probably both going to ravage. I can stop one, but I can't stop both. So, but as far as builds go, I'm not going to build a bear. They will build a bear. I can try to do something about that. So I'll probably play Jungle Hungers again, so I can clear out this region after it builds. And I can shove some stuff in there as well, just to kill more. So I can either try to hit my innate, or I can try to do massive flooding. Problem is I'm not going to be able to push much stuff there. Because there's just not going to be a lot to push in. I don't have range to hit this region, unfortunately. So I'll probably play River's Bounty, just so I can stack up more Dahan, get some energy. And yeah, I can chase that guy out of the jungle, and then push those guys there. So I'll probably do elusive ambushes. And well, the problem is it's a problem that that's a fast card, because I don't want to stack up 3 explorers anywhere. Yeah, it's tricky. And I can't do that because it's not coastal and I don't have range. Yeah, this is a tough game. Alright. I do need to get more energy, so I'm just going to play Elusive Ambushes, really just for the elements, just so I can get an energy to Starlight. Okay, those are my 3 card plays. I mean, or I could just save it since I'll have 4 card plays next turn. I'll also have a reclaim though. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So play that. Fast powers. So I'm gonna target this land with Voice of Command. So during Ravage actions, the Han or Explorers fight alongside the Han. So that land's not going to Ravage. So doesn't do any damage, unfortunately, but next turn I'll be able to use it a little bit better. And my other fast power is Elusive Ambushes. So it's 1 damage or defend 4. I have to target land with the Han. I really am just going to be using it to generate a fear. I'll just shove that guy up there. Alright, and then my other one is Sunshine, so I'm just giving him energy to Starlight Seeks its form. Alright, those are my fast powers. I don't think I hit that innate. No, I did not. So, next up is going to be an event. Relentless Optimism. For the rest of this turn, don't generate fear for destroying towns or cities. Fine, I wasn't going to. Foreign diseases on each board in the land with the most combined invaders plus the Han, minimum of 1 each. Add 1 disease, then 2 damage to the Han. So, that's fun. So it's going to be here. So I can just do 1 damage to do different to Han. But it's going to be here as well, and that the Han does die, sadly. Okay. But it does stop them from moving, which is great. Offerings of Pattern Dance. Each spirit with at least 2 to Han amongst all its lands gains 1 energy. Great. 1 energy for both. Alright. That one's good. Fear card. Tower level 1. Unrest. Each player adds 1 strife to a town. So it's not going to stop the Ravage damage up in that corner, so I'm just going to stack 2 under this guy. Hey, I've really only got 3 towns and 1 city left on the board. Unfortunately, I'm going to Cascade, and we'll see what my Void Lama is, because it could be terrible. Alright, Ravage. So, they are going to Ravage up in this jungle, even though it's not a wetland, because they have at least 3 Explorers there. And it will Cascade. And Ravage is Cascade over yonder. What terrible thing do I have? Appall upon the land. Immediately on each board, destroy 1 presence and remove 1 town. Okay, that's fine. Well, goodbye, Strife. And here, is it destroy? No, it's remove. And also remove 1 presence. So that's fine. I'll do that one up in the corner. Yeah, I'll just do the desert one. And I don't need the sacred site over there. Yeah. Okay. That's actually okay. That didn't hurt me that much. So, my 3 white per play, so 20 white. Alright. More things happening. So then they ravage wetlands, but they don't have anything in wetlands, so they don't do that. And then they build in mountains, so they don't build here, don't build here, don't build here, but they do build a town here, which is fine. And then explore. And they're going to explore sands. Alright. So they don't explore here because they don't have an adjacent town or city. They do explore there and there. They actually don't explore there either. Good job clearing out buildings. But then, because it rushes escalation, on each board add 2 explorers total among lands with beasts. If you can't, instead add 2 explorers among lands with beasts on a different board. So that's fine. I can put them both up in this wetland here. For the other board, though, now I have 3 there, so I'm going to have to deal with that sands. So I may as well. Well, it's going to be difficult to push stuff out. But I don't want to have to deal with this since it's happening next turn anyway, so I'm going to just stack them up there. I don't have to worry about the other one. Alright. So that's their escalation. Next up is the slow phase. So first, I am going to use Reverse Bounty to gather some stuff. I should have just done the other one, but that's okay. Oh yeah, we're not doing anything there anyway. So, okay, so Reverse Bounty first. So I'm going to gather 2 here, which adds another and gains River and energy. On this board, I am going to do Massive Flooding. So I do 2 damage, which kills one of these guys. The other will run away, get me a fear, and then push the other guy in here. And I'm going to use the Jungle Hungers, so targeting this region. Realized I forgot to pay for my powers. Targeting this region, so I'll kill 3 of those guys. The other will run away again. I'm going to just chuck him into this mountain. And then also destroys this. So I get 2 fear for that. Which gives me another fear card. Still not quite to terror level 3. But I do have the board under decent control, even though my fear gen is pretty low. Alright, so those were those. So I did Massive Flooding, Jungle Hungers, Reverse Bounty, and my other slow is Gather the Scattered Light of Stars on Starlight. So I'm going to reclaim 2 cards to hand. I think it'll be these 2. And hopefully my banner should do something with that. So I'll be able to get, yeah, I'll be good. So I'm reclaiming these 2. I could also forget this to reclaim 3 more, which I am going to do. So I'm forgetting this to reclaim 3. So, cards again, and flexibility on this guy. On River, I don't have to reclaim. I can finally do something else. So I'm going to do a double growth. So I'm going to have to 4 card plays. And go somewhere. Probably I want to have one away from that. So I'm actually going to put a sacred site here, just because I need to have something in range of this. I don't really like to do that, but it is the best option. I'll be able to reclaim next turn and gain another major. Okay, so this will be an interesting turn. So I'm going to do reclaim 1 and gain back Jungle Hungers. Yep. I think. Is that in fact one? Let's see, I can defend 4 there. 6, but they're doing like so much damage. So Rush's damage is crazy. So, yeah, defend's not going to do a lot. Building in sands. Could stop that build with it. Flash Flies. Oh, hey, I'm not going to have the energy to play 4 cards anyway, so maybe I'm not going to take the Jungle Hungers. Instead, I'm going to take Elusive Ambushes. Yeah, my Honor. Spread in weird places, but yeah, unfortunately that doesn't really do a lot either. But I'm going to take it. I'm going to see if that works. So, Elusive Ambushes, and I'll gain my 2 energy, and see what I can do. On Starlight, I've got all my cards back. And my growth option, number 1, is definitely going to be to add a presence here. Second growth option is going to be to gain 3 energy. Let's see, I can stop that ravage actually. No, I can't. Yeah, no, okay. So my third growth option is probably going to be +1 card play, and the power is fast. But which one? We call it Bloodshed. So that's going to ravage anyway. I might lose 2 beasts this turn, which is not great because can't afford to lose that many. I wonder if I'm going to be able to clear all the buildings out this turn, though. Okay, so I gained 3 energy on my last growth option. Yeah, this will work, I think. No, it's only defend 4. Fuck. It's like Russia's damage, man. It's intense. Well, I probably can't stop that. So I hope that some event comes up. But I'm gonna do +1 card play, and one of my powers is fast. I'll be able to at least stop some builds, at least one build. So that's going to cost all my energy, but those are going to be like 3 cards. With whoever surges in sunlight, I can just generate a fear. I can do, well, I can clear that out. It's so inefficient, but it'll at least work. Yeah, I'm just trying to hit levels of my abilities. I am going to hit my max level of massive flooding, so I might be able to win this in the slow phase this turn if I can clear out all the buildings. We'll see. Very close. Closer than I thought, actually. So, alright, we'll see how this plays out. Fast powers. So, cool stuff for my fast powers here. First things first, I'm going to do, let's see, I also have, oh man, yeah, that's good. I actually can stop that ravage if I wanted to. That might be better. It does mean that I won't be able to kill that city. So I think I would rather sacrifice it. And just eat the damage. I should have put one up in the other spot with the beast. Save the V. Okay. So, let's see. Where am I using Calm Bloodshed? Oh no, I can save this. I can save that region. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to use Rapid Wings of Sunlight to transport 5 of these. Actually, I can do this Desert one too. These 5. Up to this land. Woohoo! So much stuff. So that's Rapid Wings of Sunlight. That's going to be defended 5, if it matters. Then I'm going to use Voice of Command with the kicker, so I can gather. Well, first, actually, I'm going to use Air Moves, Earthen Doors, to push 2 explorers into this region. Or I can clear out this one instead to stop a cascade. That'll be better. I'll just eat the beast dying. That's fine. So I'm going to use Air Moves, Earthen Doors, my innate, to push 2 guys from there into here. And then I'm going to use Voice of Command This region, I do have the kicker, so first I'm going to gather 2 explorers in here, and then I can do 1 damage per Dahan/explorer, 2 towns and cities only. That's like 1,000,000 damage, so these are both going to die. And that gets me 3 fear. I'm still a card away from Terror level 2, but should be getting it pretty soon here. Alright, and then I still have Call the Bloodshed as well. I'm going to use that to do 1 damage per Dahan here. So 1 dies, and 1 flees, and I can have him flee into this wetland. Alright, so that was with him. With River Surges and Sunlight, I have my 3rd level and 8. Fortunately not the highest level yet. But it means that we each get 1 energy, both Starlight and Sunlight. Then I'm going to do some stuff. So first, I'm going to use Flash Floods to do 2 damage to this city. It's got 1 health left. Down to energy. And then I'm defending 2 in every land where target spirit has energy. That won't matter that much, but that's fine. And then I can do 1 damage to a land with a Dahan. Which is just going to generate an extra fear. There's no Dahan here, so unfortunately I can't stop a build with it. And then defend 4 doesn't help because they're doing so much damage. So I'm just going to use that. Just use it here, push that guy closer to the coast, get a fear. Nope, not going to do that because I have no bolt. So I'm going to push him into the wetland instead. Okay. Yeah. Alright, next up is going to be an event. I have a blighted island now, so lands Hollow of Promise. On each board, add 1 blight to a land without presence. Spirits may prevent this on yellow boards by destroying 2 presents from each board to be protected. I probably don't mind adding the blight, really. I kind of want to keep the presents, especially on the top board there on A. I only got 3 presents, so I need to put that there. On the bottom board, I could probably destroy 2 presents instead. Top board is getting a little crowded with blight. Bottom board only has 1, so I don't need anything in that jungle, I don't think. I'm just going to destroy the presents instead. Beast chase off homesteaders. On each board, push up to 2 beasts or 1 town from a land with beasts. So that's great. I can push this guy away so that they don't build. So I'll just push him in the jungle. This one, unfortunately, doesn't stop it from ravaging. So if I had that poison dew, man, I should have taken poison dew so I could clear out all those explorers. But let's see, let me. So I will just keep doing dumb things and pushing more explorers into that land. Alright. And then rally to defense of distant kin on each board, gather one Dahan into a land with Dahan. In that land, defend one per Dahan. So it doesn't matter that much. I'll just gather one here and then gather them back. So that's the only land with adjacent Dahan. Fear card. Defend one of all lands. Useless. I could have maybe defended that. I actually could have. So that's what I get for just not putting a defend 4 there. Wow. Too late. Alright, invader phase. They're going to ravage there and collect their first beast. Then they're going to ravage mountains, but those are clear, but they will add a white there. Next, they're going to build in sands. So we get one there, and the other 3 are cleared. And then explore coastal lands. So that's actually fine, because no escalation. So here, here, here. Here, here, and here. Alright. So that's okay. And it is to my turn again. If I can push it to terror level 2, there are only 3 buildings on this board. Or actually, sorry, there are only 2 buildings on this board. So all I need to do is destroy those to win. And I've only got 3 fear left to do it, and I'm about to get that. So my first slow power is going to be, let's see, do I want to wash away first? Doesn't really matter. Well, it stops a ravage here, so but I can do that with something else. So if only these were just, that would be nice. Alright, so I'm going to use wash away. I've got to clear this out somehow. So if I can get it to the coast, I can do 2 damage to it next turn and try to kill it. So I'm going to push those 3 there using wash away. That'll make it much easier for me to kill that town. And then I'm going to use massive flooding on this region to kill, well, 3 of these in the city, 2 fear. And then this guy will get pushed, and I will just push him into this mountain here. So get another fear card, get up to terror level 2. There is 1 building left on this board, so I have got this in the bag, despite how many explorers are left. That was my only slow power, I believe. I don't have enough beasts for that, so that was it. Discard all of these. Discard these. I'm reclaiming on the river. And all I need to do is use flash floods on that town, and I win. So I don't need to play this out because I'm not going to get any more points in the fast phase for adding Dahan. Well, I'll see what I get on this guy. So. Yeah, I'll just play it out real quick. So I'm going to gain a presence somewhere. I'll just do an element 1 up here. I'll just do fire or something. I'll do beast. I have a bunch of cards that use that. Okay. And I claim. And play some cards. Doesn't matter. I'm about to win. So I'm in Terra level 2, so all I need to do is destroy all buildings on the map, so all towns and cities. There's one town on the map, and it's coastal. So the only thing that I need to do is play Flash Floods, which does 2 damage to coastal regions. I do 2 damage to this town, take it out, and win this game. Whew, that was a fun one. Russia is a very cool opponent to play against. I like them a lot. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and score this up just to see how I did. So that was a 2-hour, 10-minute game for 2 spirits, which is not terrible for me. I guess that's okay. So I won in Terra level 2. This will be the first time that I use the new scoring sheet version 2 on a fresh game. So I'm going to pull that up here. Just figure out what scores. Yeah. So it is the 24th, 25th, I think. Yeah, 25th. Okay, my phone. Let me do stuff. So this was against Russia 3, which is considered difficulty 6. That felt about right. Difficulty 6 with this. Yeah, that was pretty good. I definitely misplayed a couple times. I think I could have prevented the island from blighting, or from going to blighted islands. But once I did, the blighted island card was actually not that bad for me. This was 2-player or 2-spirit. Was win, breaks my kind of bad record. Adversary was Russia. Adversary level was 3. No scenario. The island setup was standard. Alright, so cards remaining. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had all the Terra level 3 cards left. The home, I did not have that many, so I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Boom. Net gain of 2. Lights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A decent amount of white on the island. Terra level was 2. Occupying. So let's see. So defense, this is just for reference. Total unmodified health damage of invaders. So I have no times left, but I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 health left. 25 health left of invaders left. Occupied, I think that means occupied by invaders. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is a lot. Miscellaneous score modifiers. Time was 2.08. Okay. Player 1 neutral. Spirit 1. River surges in sunlight. Using the sunshine aspect. Alright, Google Drive is slow on my phone, so I should just do this on the computer instead. River starting board was E. Okay. 2. Starlight 6 is form. That was on board A. Alright, so for this game, I had a score of 53. Time adjusted score of 42, because I did take 2 hours and 8 minutes. But that was a very fun game. I like playing against Russia way more than I like playing against England, so I'm happy that I changed that up and did something different. But yeah, we'll play against Russia again. This combo is also pretty fun. I like the control that River has and the flexibility that Starlight has. I probably should have gone even more into forgetting. I actually never used Boon of Reimagining, so that seems like a core thing, but I gained cards other ways, so I didn't really need to. I wonder if the Reclaim Path would be better. And actually use Boon of Reimagining to get 2 minors right off the bat. I might try that next time I play Starlight, but this time I'm pretty happy with the strategy that I did. I know there was a turn like 2 turns ago, actually a couple turns that I messed up, so I could have stopped the blights here and that blight there, save 3 blight, but overall, tier level 2 victory. I felt like I was in pretty good control of the map the whole time, so yeah, it was a fun game. So I'm going to reset here. It's 9:40. I probably could do another if I wanted to. Or I could go do some writing. I think I'm going to do some writing. It's a little late. The game took longer than 2 hours. So next time, hopefully I can get my 2-handed solo game under 2 hours. And then if I get another 7 o'clock start, I can do 2 games. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. If I can do that from here. I don't think I can. So I'm going to pop them in the other room so I can shut the stream off. But if anybody was watching, thanks for watching. I'll probably upload this game onto YouTube because it was a fun one, and kind of demonstrates some of the synergy here. It was only level 3 Russia, but it was still a good challenge. My first one against Russia.